out in debt, it's a great idea that if a person is in debt, first you want to write down all of your debts. Um, it's amazing what it is when you write down things and you actually see it. Once you start writing down your debt, it's a great idea to write it down in a journal. Um, think of a ways that you can bring in more income so that way that you can pay down your debt. Also, if you have any credit card debt, it's a great idea to look at your interest rate that you're actually paying. You want to write down that in your journal too. Also, you want to look at this every week in your finance journal. I promise you that if you do this, you'll see a change. You want to write down your interest rate, and it's a great idea if you start from the smallest debt, pay that off, and then later move up to paying off the bigger debt. Also, if you're in debt, it's a great idea that sometimes you have to tell people no. So some people may want you to go somewhere or spend money, but it's a great idea to let people know that you're actually on a budget. That way, you can move towards your goal. It's also a good idea to, when you go grocery shopping, to buy in the bulk. It costs you a little bit more, first when you start buying in bulk, but it'll last you over time. Instead of you keep going, back and forth to the store. Also, when you look at your interest rate, you actually see, okay, this is how much I'm actually paying each month. If you look at your interest rate, look at how much is that is actually going to the principal and how much is actually going to the interest. And you'll notice, okay, well, if you have a high interest, you're like, a high interest rate, you'll be like, okay, oh my goodness, only this amount is going through the principal. All this is going to the interest rate. So it's a great idea if once you look at your interest rate and you'll see, okay, well, oh, I'm wasting money. $40 of this is going to interest and only like $10 is going towards the principal. Once you realize that, like I said, you write things down, you'll notice that, okay, this is money that I'm wasting. I could be using this money to invest, fix up a house, start a new business. But it's so powerful, actually, when you write things down. And once you get out of debt, you'll feel so much better. And also, it's a great idea to just keep track with your spending each week, every time you get paid. Okay, this is, I have to pay this bill this week, what I have to pay this week. I'm a bookkeeper, and it's just amazing when you actually see, where your money is going. You have to tell your money is where you're going. Because I know people, you're busy, you're working, you're running businesses, and you really don't have time to just really just sit down and focus. But you can do it. And like I said, it's only temporary. So just remember to pick one day a week to actually go through your finances and, like I say, bring in more income. There are several things that you can do to bring in more income. You can do DoorDash, you can do Uber, you can do babysitting. It's just so many things that you can do to bring in income. And I have a journal that I use each week. I actually keep it in my purse. And I write down everything that I spend. I write down all of my financial goals in it each week, and it really helps. It says in the Bible to you write down um, your vision and you make it plain. It's just so amazing when you write down your goals and you actually see it on you actually see it. So thank you for tuning in, and I am happy to, share these tips. I'm a bookkeeper, I'm a business consultant. My goal is to help clients, um, because I feel that, everyone needs a side hustle or either a side business, I feel like it is a must. So just tune in, and if you need assistance, I'll be happy to help you. And I just want you to do well, and I wish everyone the best.